Hi guys, this is Troy Berry, live from Kansas City at the BizFed Bocce World Open. We have for you a BC1 match between Mexico and Netherlands, and I will let Mark do the names.
Of course he will. Um, we have Daniel Perez, who is currently ranked number one in this pool, and we have Eduado Ventura, who is ranked 18th in the world, but right now in this tournament is 1-3, 1-2, I believe.
Yeah.
So this is an important pool match for him from a standpoint of staying in it, possibly. For Daniel, it's just playing well, getting ready to go into quarterfinals tomorrow. So
And what a BC1 is basically, well, it's my class. So the BC1s are allowed to have assistants on court to prepare the ball, and make sure the athlete has all the tools he needs to perform on court.
okay, thanks for the explanation, Troy. For all the people that didn't quite understand the difference between the classes, I'm pretty sure that was really helpful. Right now we have Perez, who just put the ball directly on the jack. Now Guardo's going for, looks like an up and over to push it back.
But as a BC1, you really don't have that extension.
Well,
As a BC1, you really don't have that extension because when you get to a certain point, your tone kicks in.
yeah, but Eduardo has been practicing how to. He's been using up and overs for a while now. That's just something that comes with practice and understanding your physical abilities. So he just tried two there, didn't quite work. So we'll see what the next strategy is. He got a little space, so it actually kind of did work for him.
He's got space, but can he capitalize?
That's a great question, Troy. We'll find out in a few balls.
We have the second ranked player.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what Daniel's rank is worldwide right now. But I know he's fairly highly ranked. I know.
I thought the credential numbers.
No, usually the credential numbers just means at what point you entered the tournament.
Okay.
So, if you want to look up these individuals' world rankings, you can definitely go to bizfed.com and check out the rankings there. And they'll give you a much more complete picture.
And when will those rankings be updated?
They already are up for as of before this tournament. So it usually happens
I mean, after.
probably either after this tournament or after towards the end of the year. It looks like it's two there for Daniel, and there goes that patented flip shot for Daniel.
It looks to me to three.
Yeah, he
Because
just hit his third. that platinum flip shot of Daniels where he just reaches down to the ground and flips it
Usually-
over the V. So
But usually a BC1 goes overhand because they have more control.
yeah, but Daniel's not your average BC1. He has his BC1 because of the grip, I believe, but he has enough trunk to be able to go a little lower.
So he's kind of like me in a way.
Okay, we can go with that. In the sense of you guys are in that sense of you having the length of a BC2.
Yeah.
I think Daniel is borderline as far as his ability to use his trunk. So yeah, I can see where you made that connection.
So what is the Mexican? What are they confirming right now, Mark?
They're confirming the score. She moved all the balls that were farthest and didn't have a chance to.
Can we get a close up on that?
I don't know how close we can get with the referee's back to us. We're about as close as we can get right now.
Okay. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
Now we just gotta wait and see what the ref comes up with a measurement.
They'll turn to us here in a minute. Looks like
Never really seen that before, but okay. Wow,
jeez.
that is
Oh my
a tough
God,
end,
ladies and gentlemen.
a tough end to take, but great job by Daniel there to pick up a 6-point end. Eduado hasn't been playing the same over the last couple of days. He took a tough loss to Omar from Bermuda, and I don't know if he technically recovered from that.
Could it be the hurricane, Mark?
I don't know in what region of Mexico he was in. I'm not sure how much that affected him. I believe. I just don't know if he's feeling on this game right now, but let's see if he can pull it back together to come back. It's only.
Let's talk a little bit about the 1 minute rule.
1 minute rule is basically you have 1 minute between ends to adjust your water, whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
And be ready to go at the end of 1 minute. There's a little slight difference in team and pairs where your coach now can come talk to you between ends because they got rid of the timeout. So that's basically the 1 minute rule in a nutshell.
So what does the guy from Mexico have to do here?
Eduardo just has to stay within himself and play his game. He's probably going to go right to that left corner. You see where his knee's facing? He can probably go a little bit deeper. He's probably about 7.5 meters out right now, which is
so
very comfortable for Eduardo. It's a comfortable shot.
You were telling me earlier about knees facing.
Yeah, so basically
Like,
what I do when positioning, I know if my knee, the knee that I have the ball in is facing the jack, I'm pretty much going to be on target. As long as I can keep, for me, it's keeping my arm in. But as you can tell, his line is good. It's perfect, right? It's just
yeah.
that it didn't have enough get up. Didn't
I
have
mean,
enough power.
I, as a BC1, I have a problem. Uh, Consistency of throwing motion.
Yeah, I have that same issue. But it usually comes from my arm. These guys have have perfected their motions to where I've seen very little movement in their throwing motion from a standpoint of you don't see the good old chicken wing where your elbow and your shoulder flies out. They're usually really tucked in, and they have a good routine and good repetition. As if you watch Daniel here, he barely picks the ball up off the floor and flicks his wrist. His great wrist flexion. Um,
Um, because of my injury, I am looking for a different throwing motion. Um, so I might have. Oh, nice ball there by the guy from Mexico. I can't pronounce his name.
don't worry, I got you. Eduado does a great job of putting the ball right next to it.
Yeah, because if
Great camera work there.
you you make the I only see two balls in the front of Eduardo's box.
Are you talking about Daniel or Eduardo?
No, Daniel. Sorry.
Yeah, they only put two balls in front of him, so he can pick and choose which one he wants, and then his sports assistant will put two more down until he runs out of six. Right now,
So is it up to the athlete?
yeah, they've already worked this system out in there in practice and probably let the referee know in the car room, so they already understand their whole process.
Like,
The athlete knows what balls they're gonna put out next,
another measurement?
and as they're measuring, he's probably and it might be a situation where because the BC1 assistant can look onto the court, there might be a system already worked out between the two of which ones he might want. So they already know
Yeah.
according to distance and just put those two out in order, if that makes sense.
Something just happened over at the USA. At the USA match. At the next 1 minute, I'll have camera operator pan over there. See if I see it. See if,
Guardo's getting focused right now. He's the best at.
that's
He's
kind
he's one of the better ones at making sure his chair positioning is good.
that's what I struggle with.
I think we all do. I mean, I know I did, especially when I first started. And sometimes you get so wrapped up in a match, you forget the
Oh,
chair
yeah.
positioning. But that's one of the things that he does early. Kind of like a basketball player, right?
Yeah.
Get your position early, so let everything else do the work later. And that's where he is right now. He's got a great position. He's just got to capitalize on this jack right here being down 6.
So
He's keeping it outside. He might want to move that chair a little bit because he's throwing to his left. And that ball has to go to his right.
yeah. So is there a difference in opinion on, I know if I spike it.
You mean as far as the throw?
Yeah.
It depends on your arm ability, right? So
Yeah.
I choose at times to spike the ball, but I'm not aiming at the jack, even though I'm aiming in that direction. I'm aiming for a spot on the floor so I can get that top spin.
Yeah.
I try to avoid lofting unless it's a purposeful act because it stops the speed on the floor.
Yeah. So
And-
what is he working on?
What is he trying to do here? The
Yeah.
obvious shot for him is honestly,
Oh my God. Bridget Mason. Pan over to the Bridget Mason USA is beating an Argentinian.
3-1 right now.
Yeah. If you want to watch that match, go to the links in the chat and you can, I believe that's Cookie.
No, it's the other BC1. Great shot by Bridge.
Yeah.
Back to our match here. Mr. Perez is going to go look at the
He's going to look at the head.
let's see what's going on here.
Sorry, I'm doing like 3 or 4 different matches. Gotta keep it multicultural on these broadcasts. Or multi-game.
Definitely in a good spot if you're he's working on something over here. Instead of throwing off, he's working on his game right now. He doesn't want to mess up anything.
So, back to the throw-off rule. Like,
We have a measurement here by the referee.
my injuries looking more and more devastating as I watch this BC1 match with Argentina and USA over here. So what does an injured athlete have to go back and fix?
1 second. Let me get. It looks like it's one red here. 7-0, Mr. Perez. Great job of extending the lead and understanding
Yeah.
time and score right there. You just gotta go back and work on your game. Once you get your shoulder healed, the first thing is making sure your shoulder's healed, and then figure out how to adjust your game to the injury. Basically, what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So going into the third inning here, 7-0, Mr. Perez over Mr. Ventura. If you have a chance, go into the YouTube chat, click the link, look at outside courts, as well as you can go to BizFed USA Bocce for everything worldwide. As far as bocce, go to BizFed. For anything USA Bocce, you want to donate, learn more about players, whatever the case might be, go to usabocce.org. Now we are
third and
he's right here. Mr. Perez is rewrapping his tape right here. The referee just gave the jack to sport assistant. Sport assistant puts one ball under the wheel, puts the jack on the outside. Ooh, wow. He just barely got that over the V line there.
Wow.
But hey, great shot. Left it a few inches short there.
I'm gonna look at this screen. Do we have an overhead?
He's just over. It's probably half a centimeter over, but great shot there.
Great shot. Great shot.
Also a great block on Mr. Ventura. Got it right in his way there. Although it's a couple inches away from the jack, but it actually might benefit Mr. Perez.
Oh.
As Mr. Perez looks away. Stay focused.
Next 1 minute, I'll give you a score update. But
On court 4 is 4-1 Bridget Mason.
yeah,
Got a lot of great games going on around us. Great shot by Mr. Perez here to give himself some space. But I don't believe he wanted to knock his ball closer. I think he wanted to just create the space there.
So is it kind of like our negative space drill that he's trying to?
No, in this case, he's literally just trying to create space for himself. And he knocked his ball closer, but I'm not sure that's exactly what he wanted because he didn't. That's the reason he didn't.
Good shot by Gonzalez there.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ventura. Great shot by you, and it's a great opportunity to that's why you don't want to knock that ball away and be closer.
Now is it 2 for Ventura?
No, I still think it's 1. It's close to.
So
it's close to 2.
So that back.
Oh, great knock. These men are just moving
How did
balls.
he knock that away, Mark?
He has that ability. Hence the reason the ball is that close, right? So it's a lot easier to knock balls away when they're closer to you.
Sorry, I'm not doing much. But this is what color commentators are supposed to do. So does he want to go look at the head?
No, I don't think he has to necessarily. I think Mr. Ventura will to see what kind of angle he has. I think he already knows. He just wanted to confirm it.
Now, does it? Does it matter?
Mitch Venura looks back, makes sure his lines are good.
Let's see if he has an answer.
There goes the answer. Not bad.
If you
Still blue though.
if you hear that thud, folks, it's the ball hitting the floor. Because with our BC1 arms, they retract. Good shot by Bridget over on court 4.
Right now we have a really close cluster on court 5 here.
Yeah, he's been going out and looking at the head every time. If you don't know what the head is, it means he's going out and looking at the ball. So something that you and I both need to do pretty much every time.
Is that Willem as Ventura's on the line there? Oh wow. Okay. It was. Great job by the sports assistant to move it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good job there.
And you have to ask your sport assistants.
Because he didn't want to move the chair, he just wanted to move the wheel.
Yeah.
Advantage that a BC1 has there.
Yeah. Advantage that I don't use very often. That I need to use. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Is his wheel on the back line?
No, it's not. It's hanging over, but it's not on the line there. We had the team game where I asked the same question.
Yeah.
That's the advantage of them having manual chairs. The way the wheels are circular,
Yeah.
they don't completely touch the ground, so you have the ability to do that. Right now we're looking at 1 point red here. 8-0. Going into the last end here.
1 point out of that entire cluster?
That's usually how that works with that cluster being as tight as it was. Getting a little encouragement by the
Yeah.
by the support assistant there.
By the sport assistant. And the advantage of me having a bag, like I use a bag for my balls. So I use a bag for my balls, so I don't have to have the ball handed to me.
Okay.
So I can basically grip whatever ball. Now, my assistant is within the family, so we've worked on in practice at our church for like putting whatever ball I need on top. Like if it's my jack, my softball goes on top. But if it's the opponent's jack, it's my hardball that goes on top.
Okay. Thanks for explaining the system. Everybody has their own individual system there. Let's get back. Mr. Ventura here goes same spot. His length is amazing for
Old
BC.
reliable, baby.
Goes back to the same spot. His length is amazing for BC1 there. Let's see if it helps him pick up a point here.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean, Mark?
Definitely there. Definitely understand it. As the clock runs, Mr. Ventura grabs the ball, flicks it out with a flick of the wrist. Comes up a little bit short.
Oh my God. Bridget Mason just beat someone from Argentina. Can we zoom in on that court real quick?
1 second. Let's get Mr. Perez's throw in.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Came up extraordinarily short here. Didn't follow through with that. Didn't get the arm action that he wanted. Let's see if he can do it again.
Yeah. We'll stay here for a second.
Much better roll by Mr. Perez there. I think he just rushed the first one. Once he took his time and flicked his wrist, he was able to get it closer.
I know if I play quick, I'm just cocking, fire, cocking, fire, cocking, fire.
Great adjustment there by Mr. Ventura. Let's see how that works. See what happens there.
Yeah, is his wheel on the line again?
No, not at all. He has probably about 5 inches or so.
So in the international game,
The ball comes out quick, but it's a great roll. He might just be closer.
looks like it's me, Mark. I'm gonna.
He's not quite closer, but he's
He's at least got.
he's gave himself some opportunities there.
Yeah.
Can play off of the blue.
Yep.
Can go straight to the jack. He has a couple options.
Yep.
The only thing he must avoid is pushing that red ball up some.
Yeah. So how does he need to align his chair to
I think he's got the alignment pretty much down. He just has to make sure the ball gets there.
to avoid hitting the ball?
Like I said, right now he pretty much has the alignment down. He just has to make sure he gets the ball there. He shouldn't, unless he short arms it, he shouldn't really hit the red ball to push it in.
What do you mean by short arming?
Not following through like that.
Yeah.
Not following through. Right. You have to come from your core. It makes you follow through with that ball. Because you know he doesn't have the arm extension, right?
Yeah. Oh. Good thought there by insert name here.
By Mr. Ventura.
I'm done with trying to pronounce his name. Ace Ventura, I'm sorry.
Good shot by Mr. Ventura. Got it. That was the extension we were looking for. See the little dance at the end? He knew it.
That is a cracker of a finish there. That's like scoring a goal in soccer.
But the issue is now, he's closer with one ball left. Let's see how Mr. Perez answers. Being up 8-0, how many points does he want to score right now?
I bet he's going to answer. How much you want to bet he's going to answer? I mean, we're not angry.
Just came with an actual shot banked off the blue there.
So
he's really working on banking that red ball in, and it's working for him right now.
Yeah. So we've got an hour. We've got some pretty good matches going on, Mark. Like, I have never, ever seen this much good play at one tournament.
Welcome to your first international tournament. It usually happens this way. Great shot there as well.
So this is the last end, right?
Yes, it is.
So, he's probably advancing out of pool. He's just trying to limit.
Oh, he's definitely going to advance out of pool. He just wants to. You definitely want to end it on a win. There's no question about that. But he wants to limit the points that Mr. Perez gets, because you never know what can happen. You have another group of matches at 5 o'clock.
Yeah. Ooh.
Just came up short, but it's a very, very good thought.
One point.
Blue. That gives our final score 8-1, Mr. Perez from the Netherlands. Great job to finish our pool play, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see soon who comes out of pool. Thanks for joining us here at the KC World Bocce Open, presented to you by BizFed and USA Bocce.
And Imagine That, Kansas City.
As one of our sponsors, we appreciate that. Good plug there, Troy. We will be back at 5:15 with Australia versus
Great Britain, which is Daniel versus Scott, Jamie McCarran.
Which should be an excellent BC3 match.
Which I can't wait to join you on the call for that.
Can't wait to have you here, Troy. Look forward to seeing you guys close to 5:15. Thanks for joining us, and see you soon.